Okay, so welcome back. This video is going to talk about chapters 8 and 9, product management. I really enjoy this topic because this is what I used to do. I was a product manager for Jack in the Box, and I ran their breakfast category. And this is entering the realm of product managers. So product managers are basically responsible for a piece of the company's business. And they manage a line of products, and they're the subject matter expert on that particular category of products for the company. So for example, for me, it was all things breakfast. And my responsibility was to know what the breakfast trends were for North America, to create new product ideas by mining ideas from competitors, from trend research, execute new products using a team of people in the company to bring products from idea to eventual system rollout in 2,500 stores. So product managers are directly responsible for driving the sales of the company through their successful or not successful product launches. So it's a visible position. It's a well-compensated position. There's a lot of pressure to be successful with product launches. And if you do it well, you can be well compensated because typically there's some bonus structure tied to your product launches. Product managers are kind of the quintessential marketing job because you get to play with all the 4 Ps. You're designing the product, you're setting the price for the product, you're deciding how to promote the product, and then the 4th P from the marketing mix, product, price, place, promotion. Sometimes you're even determining how you're going to distribute the product. Typically, the place is determined by your existing business model, but the product manager kind of drives all of those pieces. So that's product managers as a job. A couple other topics in chapters 8 and 9 that you should know is product line and product assortment. Those are the academic terms, but a product line is basically a category of products. For example, with Jack in the Box, I ran the breakfast product line. All products that fall into the breakfast category were under my management. Somebody else managed all the drinks and shakes, and somebody else managed all the kids menus, and somebody else managed the premium burger category, and there was a couple others. So that's a line of products. If you look at a large company like Honda, Honda has a ton of products, right? They make cars, they make boat engines, they even make airplanes now. They make power lawn care equipment, they make generators, they make a whole line of motorcycles and ATVs, all these different lines of products, different product categories. So a product line is a specific piece of, a portion of products that can fit under the management of a product manager. And those product managers are subject matter experts, or SMEs, who know all things related to that piece of the business, but really nothing about the other pieces. So a Honda product manager who handles outboard motors for boats knows all things about that category and the competitors and prices and components, but they can't tell you anything about leaf blowers, Honda leaf blowers, right? So that's product managers are usually organized to manage product lines. So that's the link between product managers and product lines. Product assortment, or more commonly referred to in the business arena as the product mix, is everything you sell from A to Z. Everything you sell. And we look at product assortment because companies want to know what products are their top performers. And looking at our product assortment, or also known as product mix, what are our top performers? If you could guess what the top products were at Jack in the Box, the top 2 products that drove 30, sometimes 40, even 50% of a restaurant's sales, even though they probably had, all told, with things like coffee and even lemonade and individual products, well over 50 products in their assortment, just 2 products drove almost 50% of the sales. Can you guess what those 2 products might be? The Jumbo Jack and the 2 taco combos. Those are still, I believe, the 2 top products in that company for most restaurants. So product managers subject matter experts. They run a piece of the business, and they're responsible for launching new products as well and managing that piece of the business. I talked about product assortment and product line. And then the other thing I want to talk about is the new product development process. So the new product development process is a 5-stage process, and it's basically the steps a company goes through to go from having an idea about a new product to eventually actually selling that product in all of their locations. Or if it's Google, it's rolling out a new tech product. But regardless of what industry they're in, all companies tend to go through these 5 steps of the new product development process. And you're going to watch a video about Toyota and their launch of the Toyota Prius. Now that product's been around for a while, but when they initially launched the Toyota Prius, it was a breakthrough new product that didn't exist in the marketplace before. And they had to take this product from an idea, a hybrid electric/gas car that you don't have to plug in to generate power, from an idea to actual commercialization and selling it. It's a very complex affair, and it takes a long time to launch new products. Just to give you an example of that, at Jack in the Box, just to go launch a new sandwich product, which is a pretty, you would think, mundane and pedestrian thing to do. It's a sandwich after all, but to go from the idea to actual selling it in the stores with training and marketing support, and it being loaded into the point of sale at all the registers and having the inventory and all your distribution centers and trucked out to all the different restaurants, it's at least a year, oftentimes 2 years if it was a more unique product. So, and it's a team of people, of 10 to 12 people from different disciplines of the company working to get this product launched and out into the locations. Think of something like a car. It takes many years. They have to go through crash test regulations and safety regulations, the EPA, and they have to source thousands of parts from a multitude of suppliers and put it all together into a car. And so you're talking 4+ years for something as complex as a car. So what you should understand is that companies are working well ahead down the pipeline, and Apple or Google's have products in the works that are going to be launched well down the line, but they're already in the works, and that pipeline of new products is constantly being fed with new ideas. Some stick, some don't. Which also bears mentioning that product managers work on highly sensitive material. So if you're a product manager for a large company and you're working on launching a new product that you believe is going to be blockbuster for a company, how do you think that's going to impact that company's stock price? Do you think that the investment community would be interested in knowing about that potential new product? Yes, they would. And that's getting into insider trading kind of information, but product managers oftentimes have to sign some confidentiality agreements, not only to not make money investing off of potential new product launches that they deem might be successful and thereby drive stock price, but concurrently also competitors wanting to hire those product managers away to get their trade secrets and potentially product information. So it's a pretty sensitized area, particularly with larger companies. They use secret code names for their product launches and things around the QT. It's fun stuff. Let's talk about the 5 steps of the new product development process. You do need to know these for your discussion board regarding the Toyota Prius launch. The first step is idea generation. So in idea generation, you're just harvesting potential ideas. You're getting ready to throw some spaghetti on the wall and see if any of these ideas might stick. So in the idea generation phase, it's pretty much internal. You haven't talked to any customers yet. You're just gathering new product ideas. That can be from competitors. That can be from your suppliers that know what is out there as far as new trends and what other competitors are doing. That can be from your own employees. And of course, it can also be like from customer feedback and things like that. So you're just gathering ideas at this stage. Imagine a giant funnel for new product rollouts. And it starts big and it narrows down with bad ideas sloughing off as you go along till one idea is finally actually chosen to go forward with. So the first step is idea generation. It's done internally within the company. We haven't gone outside and like tried selling it or doing anything with customers yet. The second stage is screening. In the screening phase, you're taking this large bin of ideas, maybe it's 50 ideas, and trying to screen out all the bad ones and narrow it down to what you believe are your 10 best possible ideas. So in the screening phase, you're considering all these ideas against the reality of your company's ability to execute those ideas profitably. So we call that a SWOT analysis sometimes. You're considering the company's strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. What of these products can the company execute? And does it play to the company's strengths? Does it fit their brand? Can we execute it profitably? Also, how does it play against our weaknesses? Jack in the Box could easily produce and sell smoothies as healthy as Jamba Juice, or take any green juice distributor. They're the rage right now. Jack in the Box could easily compete in that segment and sell those products. Does it make sense? Probably not. It doesn't fit the brand, right? That's not what Jack in the Box customers are coming to those restaurants for. So they have a weakness in that category. It wouldn't make sense for them to try to push that product uphill against customers who aren't looking for that product in those locations. So first, there's an idea generation, stage one. Secondly, there's screening. How does it fit with our company's profitability objectives? Can we make it profitably? Does it fit our brand? And then those first two stages are internal. In the third stage, you have idea evaluation. In the idea evaluation stage, now you are talking to customers. There's some typical stages like what we call a concept sort. And in the idea evaluation stage, you're basically showing customers the idea of the product. If it was a car company, it'd be a concept car, right? It's not a real car yet, but they're taking it to car shows and seeing if what customers' reactions are to this new possible car idea. So in the idea evaluation stage, for example, at Jack in the Box, we would show them pictures of a potential burger or other food product and some copy explaining the product and a suggested price point. And the picture is a product that we assemble by maybe just buying ingredients from the local grocery store. We had a waffle egg taco idea when I was at Jack in the Box, and we literally went to the store and got some Eggos and thawed them out and, you know, bent them into U shape and stuffed it with eggs and sausage and cheese and all that stuff, and took a picture of it and dolled it up as much as we could and asked people, would you be interested in this type of product? And then also showed them a bunch of other pictures and copy and price points of other products. That's a concept sort, and you're trying to sort through those potential ideas and see which ones rise to the top in the minds of consumers. So again, the funnel is getting narrower, right? So first idea generation, maybe 50 ideas. Screening, we can't make these profitably, it doesn't fit our company. Now we're down to maybe 10 ideas. We take those 10 ideas and we do an idea evaluation stage, stage 3, maybe show customers a concept sort. And out of that, maybe we get 2 ideas, possibly 3. And depending on the company and how big they are and how much money they have for R&D, the company's going to decide if they want to go forward with 1 product or possibly do a split test of 2 or even potentially 3 products to see which one rises to the top. Which leads us to stage 4, development. Now, in this stage, you're starting to spend a lot of the company's money. Things are getting serious. So the product team is pretty far down the line at this point. They've been working on this product for 6 months up to a year. And they're actually going to start testing the product by selling it, potentially in some test markets. At Jack in the Box, we would always split test in 2 or more markets because what happens in San Diego is very different than what might happen in, say, Dallas. Different consumers, different weather, geography, all kinds of different stuff. So you might do a split test. But in the development stage, the main difference here is you're going from an idea to actually executing and selling the product. So now we're training people how to make the product. We're putting the inventory in the stores in a select market, and we're also developing advertising support, because you don't know how the product's going to sell when you roll it out accurately unless you actually have the marketing support behind it, meaning you're developing a commercial at this stage. And we're talking big bucks here, so you're spending several $100,000 of the company's money to go to the development stage. And at this stage, you're getting feedback from the customers. Do they like it? Do they feel that the marketing and advertising accurately portrays the product? Or is it kind of a ripoff? The product's a lot smaller than I thought it was going to be. Is the price accurate? Do they like the product? It needs more cheese. It doesn't taste right. Or it says it's blueberry French toast sticks, but we don't see any blueberries in the French toast stick. We need to go back and, can we call these even blueberry? How much blueberries do they need to have in the French toast to be called blueberry French toast sticks? Talking to lawyers for the company, with the company, and working all this stuff out in the development phase. So this is where you're trying to get the kinks out. And at this stage, products either are successful. Wow, the customers are really reacting positively to this product. Sales are going through the roof. And you're going to recommend that you go forward with this product for the last stage, which is commercialization. Or the product runs into some roadblocks. It's a bomb. People hate it. It's not translating to sales at all. We don't go any further. And that's a bad place to be in as a product manager, because you've been spending about a year on a product. And ideally, if you were doing your job correctly, perhaps you would have caught some of these hiccups in the product before you got to the development stage and started spending this much of the company's money. So the upside of being a product manager is you're visible and you're a hero and you're compensated well when you're successful. But if you're consistently running into roadblocks and not getting your products launched, you're going to get promoted to customer pretty quickly. So I was a product manager for about a year and a half at Jack in the Box, and then I ran into some health issues and I moved into a different department and became a senior research analyst on the consumer side. I needed a little bit more flexible schedule while I was recovering from some surgery, and ended up not going back into product management because it's a pretty demanding job. So that's the fourth stage. Again, number 1, idea generation. Number 2, screening. Number 3, idea evaluation. Number 4, development, getting ready to go forward. And in that stage, you'll find out, go forward, yes, they love it as is, or we need to make some tweaks to the advertising or the product itself, or the sad option, no go. Don't go forward. So assuming you go forward, the last step, stage 5, is commercialization. And at this stage, marketing kind of takes a step back because we've done all our work. We've created the product, we've created the advertising, and the rest of the company steps forward to roll the product out. So the other folks on your product launch team, training, purchasing, operations, computer department that has to load the price points in, they're all working harder now to get the product rolled out. And you, as the product manager, you're on to your next product. So that's the 5 steps of the new product development process. I hope you never have to experience that lifestyle for yourself unless you adamantly love it. It is the quintessential marketing job, and product managers are well compensated and in high demand because there's not a lot of people that can do it well. So your video with Toyota Prius will walk you through an actual company product launch, a product that we're all familiar with. All right, thanks for listening. That's what you need to know out of chapters 8 and 9. If anything else is unclear, make sure you check those chapter lectures. Thank you. The PowerPoints. Thank you.